Chair, we're live. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and admit that item one.
Yes. You can admit them all for the opening.
And the host decided not to. Yeah,
And the other things you can.
they should all be, they're joining right now, just momentarily. Okay. We just have one more to join. There we go.
Hey. Welcome. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi.
I'd like to call the meeting to order and acknowledge that we are on Treaty 1 territory, the home and traditional lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Innu, Cree, and Dakota peoples, and in the national homeland of the Red River Métis. Our drinking water comes from Shoal Lake 40 First Nations in Treaty 3 territory. I'm Gail Anderson, and I'll be chairing the hearing this afternoon. With me, the panel members are Gracie Anderson via Zoom and Jerry Arnell, the two other panel members. The assessment department personnel is Mr. Mackenzie Omachins, and he's on Zoom as well. And our administrative support personnel here at the table is Ms. Lynn Morissette. To the Zoom participants of the hearing, please note that you are placed in the waiting room until your property is called upon. When it is your turn, you'll be admitted into the meeting. Kindly follow along on the City of Winnipeg's Board of Revision YouTube channel for the hearing process. Once the host admits you into the meeting, please close or mute your YouTube player. You will then be permitted to speak with respect to your property. Once your hearing is concluded, you may leave the meeting. We will be hearing applications for revision of the assessment roll in accordance with the Municipal Assessment Act. The matters for which revision has been requested have been described in each application, and we will limit discussion to those matters. The statements that are made at the hearing are sworn testimony, and anyone speaking to the matters must be sworn in. Be advised that comparisons of assessment of properties are not considered evidence of market value by the Board of Revision. The Board of Revision is appointed annually by Council and is independent of it and the City Administration. It makes its decisions on the basis of the evidence presented at this hearing and issues a written order that will be mailed to all parties as soon as possible. Please note that the board's decisions with respect to an application may be appealed to the Manitoba Municipal Board if the matter pertains to assessed value or classification, or to the Court of Queen's Bench if the matter pertains to the application of exemptions from taxation. Should you wish to appeal, information on how to do so will be included with the board's order. With respect to the hearing process, I will confirm the points of appeal with your property to be addressed with each applicant following the swearing in. We will then have the assessor's testimony, followed by questions that the applicant may have, and then the applicant's testimony, followed by questions. Each side will have an opportunity to summarize if they wish. Once all the evidence about an application has been brought forward, the applicant may leave. The process will repeat for each item on our docket today. The session will close after all the applications have been heard, and the board will deliberate in private and make its decisions. You will receive the board's decision by registered mail as soon as possible. As information, all public hearings are live streamed, recorded, and will be part of the public record. We will be hearing items 1 through 4 and items 7 through 13 on our docket today. Ms. Morissette, please affirm the assessor and the applicant's testimony.
Mr. Assessor,
Yes,
please state your full name.
Mackenzie Omachinski.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. Miss Fierce,
Yes,
please state your full name.
my full name is Tracy Dufo-Fierce.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
So are you placing anyone in the waiting room?
Yes, we will place that in the waiting room now. We will have just the item for my field.
So the first item on our agenda is item number 1, and that is 196 Wellams Lane. I would ask the assessor and the applicant, are there any preliminary issues with respect to this matter?
No, no preliminary issues.
Okay, so I would ask that you read the property into the file, Mr. Assessor, and you can begin with your presentation.
Okay, thank you. This is roll number 040017200000. The address is 196 Wellams Lane. The neighborhood area is 411 Kildonan Drive. It is a one-story building with the effective and year built being 1971. There's a living area of 1,346 square feet. It is a full basement type that is finished. I would like to state with the basement type it being finished, the area that we have on record is only 110 square feet. For bathrooms, we have one full bath, one half bath. There's no central air on record, and we have a multiple attached garage. The assessed lot size is 6,748 square feet, and there's a school land influence, bringing us to the assessment information. The 2020 assessment roll values the property at $468,000, with the total assessment per square feet being $347.70 per square foot. Moving on to the comparables, for comparables 1 and 2, they're in the neighborhood area of 411 Kildonan Drive. Comparable 3 is 418 River East, and comparable 4 is 421 Valhalla. They are all one-story building types. The year built ranges from 1958 to 1976, with the effective year built ranging from 1968 to 1976. The living area ranges from 1,125 square feet to 1,474 square feet. They are all full basement types that are finished. The bathroom layout is similar to the subject, with each of them having an additional shower and comparable 4 having an additional half bath. They all have central air conditioning. Comparable 1 has a fireplace and comparable 4 has 2 fireplaces. Comparables 1 and 2 have a multiple detached garage. Comparables 3 and 4 have a multiple attached garage. And comparable 1 has a sunroom. The range for the assessed lot size for the comparables is 5,624 square feet to 6,714 square feet. The time adjusted sale price for the comparables range from 459,500 to 545,400, with the time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $367.77 to $437.33 per square foot. My recommendation would be to maintain the current assessed value of the home at 468,000, and that would be my presentation. I am open for questions.
Thank you very much. Ms. Fierce, do you have questions for the assessor on the presentation and evidence that he's presented?
No, I don't. Well, actually, I do. I guess the one question would be, when I was looking at the paperwork, from my understanding, it had said that I had a full finished basement. And did you say that it was only a certain amount finished though?
Yeah, so the full basement
Okay.
is the basement type, and then and there's like a basement
Okay.
finish that's marked off as yes. But when I looked at the record, like what we have on file, it just has
Yeah.
110 square feet that's currently finished on record.
Okay. So my apologies. When I had read over, I actually just saw the full finished basement and didn't realize that that's the terminology that was meant. And so I thought, well, I actually don't have a full finished basement. So that's why I ended up setting in the appeal was for that. So yeah.
Okay.
So Ms. Fierce, do you wish to proceed with your appeal or do you accept the value of the 2027 assessment roll of 466,000?
So if, yeah, if there is not
68,000, I'm sorry.
yeah, my understanding was that it had said full finished basement. And so that's the reason I actually went for the appeal, is because I thought that's what the record showed. And I was thinking, well, I don't actually have a full finished basement. Because I did have some major flooding happen. And so there was severe foundational issues.
Okay, so Ms. Pierce, maybe we will proceed then. We'll allow you,
Okay.
you'll provide your evidence and you
Sure.
can indicate to us what you're seeking then in regards to a value. I just wanted to clarify then that you
Okay.
still wish to proceed with your appeal.
Sure, please.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Arnell, do you have questions for the assessor?
Just in regards to comparables 3 and 4, is it fair to use those on the north side of Chief Peguis Trail?
It is
it not-
further down Chief Peguis there. Just to get more of a idea of where these sales are closer in like the effective age and year built of the home, and then also closer to the size of the property compared to the second comparable that would be closer. But it's closer, but it's all the comparable two is also smaller and more older than the other property. Um, but they are all still within the same market region. It is a different neighborhood area.
Would it be fair to say that that neighborhood's a little pricier? Or is that not fair to say? Excuse me.
I actually wouldn't be able to speak confidently if it would be a pricier area, like Kildonan Drive compared to River East or compared to Valhalla. Yeah, so I wouldn't know if it is a pricier area.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Arnell, we're having trouble hearing you in the room, so I'm wondering if you can try to turn your volume up a bit. If possible.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for the assessor?
I do, just a couple. Mr. Assessor, that I'm looking at your map in your brief, and there's a big white rectangle that looks like across the street from the property. Is that the school adjacent you were talking about, or is that commercial there?
That I believe would be the school. I can quickly check just to confirm,
And
but
then beyond that, that's that Chief Peguis Road that's there, correct?
right, that would be the Chief Peguis Trail Road.
Okay.
But yeah, sorry, let me just quickly check confirm that that's the school. Yes, that is the school. That is there at 1490 Henderson Highway.
Okay, perfect. That's all my questions, Madam Chair. Thank you.
You. Mr. Olczynski, I just have one question in regards to your comparables. Do any of the comparables also reflect a partially finished basement, like a smaller square footage level? Like
Unfortunately,
property?
I don't believe they do. That's more would be reflected in the higher time adjusted sale prices of the property in comparison to the subject property that I had used. It was difficult to find comparables that just had that very small portion of basement finish completed for the age of the home.
Okay. And I also have one other question. I'm just wondering if you've inspected this property. Has there been an inspection of this property done?
I have not done an inspection of this property.
Okay, thank you. Those are all my questions. Ms. Spears, we'll now to your presentation if you'd like to begin. Thank you.
Sure. So originally, I guess I misunderstood the square footage that said it was finished, but currently my home has had significant damage starting in April 2022. The ground was frozen at the time, and we had a huge storm and severe melting. Unfortunately, we had a lot of water damage, and as we started to look around the basement, we ended up finding severe cracks within the foundation walls. And I did actually submit a photo of that, of the one room, which actually isn't where all the water came in. It actually came in a different area of the basement. But we ended up having to have contractors come in. It took them about 1.5 years before they could actually reach our property because they were so busy. So many homes had flooded that particular spring. And so they came in and there was severe structural damage, foundation damage to the home. And so that was unfortunately hidden at the time when I purchased the home. So I didn't know about it until the flood happened and it was discovered. So I ended up, a company came in and they had to put structural beams through half of the basement. And it ended up, I think it was around it was over 40,000 to fix everything. And so we were hoping that that was fixed. But unfortunately in June, we had a really big rainstorm and we ended up getting water come in again in the basement. And so we had to cut away, my son, he has a bedroom down there, but we had to cut away drywall because of the water damage and found some mold. Yeah, I believe though that because of the structural damage and the location as well, I know some of the homes that were mentioned. So along Kildonan Drive is a much different, was it Kildonan Drive that was mentioned? It's a much different area along there than right next to the Chief Peguis Bridge. But my biggest thing was the foundation being an issue regarding, I guess, the pricing of my home. Because I don't know yet how much it's going to cost to fix it. The contractor did come back and he said that the corner that it came in was not part of the area where they fixed. But where that they did do is they dug around half of the house and they finished the outside again with weatherproofing, added rock, and fixed the foundational issue there with steel beams throughout.
Okay. Thank you. Does that conclude your presentation, Ms. Spears?
Yes, I think so.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Omachinsky, do you have questions for the applicant?
I have no questions at this time. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for the applicant?
Yes. Okay, so I can be clear, please. In 2022, you had water damage, and
Yes.
in the effort to get the water damage fixed, you discovered that there were foundation issues, which you got fixed in 2022, correct?
So they ended up coming 1.5 years later. So in fall, October of 2023 is when they ended up being able to come.
Okay. And so everything was fine. You put the basement back together and until June of this year.
So the basement was not put back together. There's been, like I can't afford to finish my basement. I wasn't able to finish the basement. And so it's still, the pictures, I sent pictures that reflect kind of like it's being used for storage, basically.
Yes, love pictures. Thank you very much for including them because it really helps.
Yeah, it's a disaster.
Okay, and then so June of this year, we had another water issue, but on a different side of the basement?
So no, it was actually on the same side, in the back corner though.
Okay.
hmm And so
And
the contractor, when he came to look, he said that there is an area that has cracks on either side where the stucco is. And
Mhm.
he feels that that is where water is coming in, but can't guarantee until he actually opens it up and can tell me then what's going on. I was kind of hoping that it would be part of the work that they did, and maybe something just shifted, but unfortunately I won't know until they actually come in and open it up.
okay, understood. Okay, and so based on this information, um, what do you feel is an appropriate assessed value for your property?
I'm not really sure. I did have last year in November, I did have a realty company come in and ask if they could assess my home, and they had at the time assessed it at 420. When I asked them again this spring, they said that it wouldn't have changed that much due to the issues within the home, because there's other things that also need to be fixed and replaced, and so after they did a thorough walkthrough, they
Okay,
said that it wouldn't have changed.
so are the
But
things that you're talking about, other things that need to be fixed or replaced, are they cosmetic things or general maintenance things? What kind of things are we talking about?
so there would be some general maintenance things. So the fascia, some of the wood is rotted. There's some windows that have to be replaced. AC unit, the main floor bathtub leaks into the basement. It's a jetted tub, and we never really use the jets. And so I think over time it's cracked because it's on the inner corner where we can't see. And so you can use it as a shower, you just can't fill it. There is also in the garage, it appears that the garage is pulling away from, I don't know if it's the flooring that's pulling away from the main area of the house, but when we had moved a large tool kit, one of the mechanic tool kits, there's a large gap and hole in the floor. I did just have someone come through my home last week to do an assessment of the home, and I showed it to them. I ended up taking a picture of it for them. I'm unfortunately right now going through a divorce, so I had to supply pictures of this, and those were kinds of things that had come up. So I'm not sure what they're going to assess the home at after looking at it. It was last Tuesday that she came, so I'm hoping it'll be soon.
But that's past the reference date anyway, so yeah. Yeah, that is all my questions. Thank you very much, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for Ms. Pierce?
No, everything's been answered, thanks.
Okay, thank you. So just to clarify, the one question that I have, Ms. Pierce, you indicated that the structural damages, you have a quote, like you've done some repairs on them, or you have a quotation for the remedial works of $40,000?
So no, we had it done previously. So in 2023 is when they ended up coming in and putting the beams, the steel beams in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. That was my only question. Thank you very much for your presentation. Do you have a summary that you wish to do?
I'm really not sure how this works. So, yeah, so.
Yeah, you provided us a lot of information in regards to
Okay.
the condition of your home, so we certainly have a lot of
Right.
information to be able to make a decision.
Yeah, I was going to say if needed, I can also provide the paperwork from the realtors that came in, if needed, and yeah, so yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you
You're
very much.
welcome.
Yeah, the
Thank you.
documentation that you've provided and your verbal evidence has been helpful. Thank you. And Mr.
Thank you so
Assessor, do
much.
you have a summary that you'd like to provide?
No summary from me.
Okay, thank you very much. So this concludes this matter on the agenda, the hearing for it. So we'll move on to item 2 on the agenda. Thanks very much for attending, Ms. Pierce.
And thank you for listening. Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Item on our agenda is item 2, and the applicant is present.
We have nobody present.
We have nobody present. Okay, so given we have no one present, we'll move item 2 to the end of our agenda, the end of the docket today. Okay, and so then we'll move to item 3, and I believe the applicant is participating via Zoom. Have no one present, we'll move item 2 to the end of our agenda. Thank you. Are there any preliminary issues with regards to item number 3, 24 Mosdale Avenue?
There are no preliminary.
No preliminary issues, okay. Ms. Morissette, can you swear in the applicant, please?
Mr. Applicant, could you please state your full name?
I'm sorry, who did you say? Mr. Bailey?
Yes,
Okay, sorry, it didn't come clear. Yeah, it's Damon Gordon David Bailey.
thank you. Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, Mr. Assessor, you can begin your presentation, read in the property to the record and to begin with your evidence. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The roll number is 0203 0073 000. The address is 24 Mossdale Ave. The neighborhood area is 411 Kildonan Drive. It is a one-story building. The year built is 1955 with an effective age of 1985. The living area is 1,134 square feet. It is a full basement type that is finished. There is 1 full bath, 2 half bathrooms, and 2 showers. There is central air. There is a fireplace, a single attached garage, and a multiple detached garage on record. The assessed lot size is 5,675 square feet, bringing us down to the 2027 assessment of $531,000, with the total assessment per square foot being $468.25. For the comparables, they all are in the same neighborhood area of 411 Kildonan Drive. They're all a one-story building. The year built ranges from 1956 to 1959, with the effective year built ranging from 1968 to 1986. The living area ranges from 1,025 square feet to 1,171 square feet. They are all full basements that are finished. The bathrooms, all comparables have 1 full bathroom. Comparables 1 to 3 have 1 half bathroom, with comparable 4 having 2. And comparables 1, 2, and 4 have a shower, with comparable 3 having 2 showers. They all have central air. Comparables 2 and 4 have a fireplace. The comparable 4 has a single attached garage, and comparables 1 to 3 have a multiple detached garage. Comparables 3 and 4 additionally have a sunroom. The assessed lot size ranges from 5,858 square feet to 10,818 square feet, coming down to the time adjusted sale price ranging from $499,100 to $555,100, with the time adjusted square price per square foot ranging from $426.22 to $541.50. My recommendation would be to maintain the value of $531,000, and that would be my presentation. Oh, I apologize. On the second page of the brief is the comparable map for in comparison to the subject property, and that would be my presentation. I'm open for questions.
Thank you very much, Mr. Olachinski. Mr. Bailey, do you have any questions for the assessor in regards to the presentation and evidence that he's submitted to the board?
Yes, I do. Thank you very much. And thank you very much for your information there. I do have a few questions. Just to read something about the definition of the market value, I just want to read it verbatim off the sheet that you guys gave me. I'm sure you're familiar, but it does say market value is the most probable selling price of the property that has sold on an open market by a willing seller and a willing buyer, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So in these comparables, can you tell me how many bedrooms are in each one of these houses that you used as comparables?
I do not know the bedroom count for these.
Okay.
I have the information in front of me on the comparables with the information, like the building description, but it doesn't also include the bedroom count.
No, absolutely. And the information that you presented there with the square footage of the lot and the square footage of the house, all very accurate and whatnot, I'm assuming. But the bedroom count, and I'll just point it out to you because I do have the information here. On two of the comparables, there were 3 bedrooms on those ones, and that was Fraser's Grove and Willowdale. And on the Del Rio place, it was a 2-bedroom, and on the Larchdale place, it was a 2-bedroom. So in 2017, this house was remodeled. It is a 1-bedroom house. So my next question is, how come you didn't use any 1-bedroom houses in your comparables?
It would be like I when I'm looking for comparables, I'm looking at these building descriptions and I'm
Yeah.
trying to find things that are like I'm trying to find comparable properties in the sense of similar living area, similar effective year built, like for what you said, like the renovations that is reflected in like the effective year built. So I'm trying to find properties that have a similar effective year as well as year built, and then basement type and bathroom counts and etc. But
Right.
I didn't find comparables that were just the 1-bedroom. Like you said, there's the 2 and the 3-bedroom in the
Of course.
comparables.
Yeah. So the fact that you use 2 and 3 bedrooms in comparables, did you create any adjustments or calculate for any adjustments going from a 3 to a 1 or a 2 to a 1 in this case?
No, this comparable sheet would just be, it would be based on the information given here. It demonstrates a range of what the properties or what I believe that the subject property in comparison to the comparables, the range of value that the subject would fall in.
Sure. Okay. And then would you agree that a 1-bedroom house probably wouldn't have as much demand as a 2 or a 3-bedroom?
I do agree.
Okay. So I also noticed that in your comparables, except for, sorry, none of the list prices are on those comparables. And I feel that that's a very important information because if you go on MLS right now, you will not find a 1-bedroom house for, my guess is probably not over 371. The information I was doing is a little bit older earlier this month. But, to be safe and err on the side of caution, if you go on MLS right now, you probably would not find a 1-bedroom house for less than for more than $400,000. Would you kind of agree with that?
I haven't seen the current listing prices. I just have the sale price and the time adjusted sale price.
Right.
So I couldn't speak to what the max of a 1-bedroom home would sell for.
Okay. Well, I'm sure you're privy to the evidence I've supplied already, or is it just the board that gets that? Okay.
No, I have, yeah.
Okay. Any of those comparables that I've supplied, obviously, they solidify my argument with respect to that. But I do have a couple more questions here. Let's see. Is it safe to say that a 3-bedroom? Yeah, sorry, I've already asked you all these questions. The reason why I feel that the list price is important is for a couple of reasons. One, it's a starting point, and I understand that these comparables that you showed me here, and I don't have the information right in front of me, they were all listed for less than 400,000, but a couple of them got over 500,000. But would you agree that with your comparables, when you go, like, again, saying Fraser's Grove and Willowdale are the 3-bedroom houses, and the Del Rio place and the Larchdale Crescent are 2-bedroom houses, and if you see those prices, would you agree that those prices were less for the 2 bedrooms than they were for the 3 bedrooms, the final sale prices?
Sorry, I'm just looking here. Like
Yeah,
you
Del
said
Rio
Del
and
Rio.
Larchdale Crescent are 2-bedroom houses. And would you agree that those 2 houses are less than the 3-bedroom houses that you used in the other 2 comparables?
Yes, the sale price would be, but the time adjusted sale price shows that the comparable 3, the 2-bedroom Del Rio would be the most, it sold for the most out of the comparables.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how you get the time adjusted price. I'm just trying to find the actual price right now.
Right,
And I
right.
understand that 531 is 2027. I get that. But I personally think that we need to be in 371 where, anyways, we'll get into that a little bit further. I do have some more questions here. How many sales were reviewed before closing on these or before choosing on these 4?
Typically I would pull a collection of like 15 to 20 comparable sales and select, typically I would go select the strongest 4 to
Okay.
present.
Right. Okay. Just going over my notes here. And you said earlier that there was no adjustment made for the fact that you use 2 and 3 bedroom houses, but we're comparing it against a 1 bedroom, and there was no, because you basically just used the size of the lot, the size of the house, and comparable other features like bathrooms and whatnot, but not bedrooms.
Right,
Right.
right. This is a model, a model derived value.
Right. So then I think it would, and I can refresh my memory. Was it you personally that came out to my place to do the assessment?
I haven't come and inspected your property.
Okay. Somebody did come and inspect my property. And when that person came to inspect my property, it went from 441 to 531. Now, I mean, without using a single 1 bedroom house, how is it even remotely possible that you could get to that number?
So I believe that like after that inspection that where there was that that increase in value, that was based off of the renovations not being part of your property record yet. So that was where the increase had come from.
So I showed you and informed you and provided you with the layout of the house and showed you it was a 1 bedroom house, and the price went up $90,000. Like, is that even remotely feasible?
It would be just based off of the inspection and the renovations that were completed. That's what the model value came to. So that's where the increase did come from.
Okay, but again, I go back to your guys' sheet there about what is market value, and it's the fair selling price of a house between one party to another. And we've already determined on this call that the other parties involved in buying my house, if it goes up for sale, are extremely limited due to it being a 1 bedroom house. So anyways, at the end of the day, that's my argument. I don't think you guys took into account. I found some 1 bedroom houses on my.
Okay, I'll just ask Mr. Bailey,
Yeah.
you'll be able to present your evidence.
Right.
After we conclude asking questions of Mr. Omenchinsky.
Oh, okay, for sure,
Okay.
for sure.
So, Mr. Bailey, did you have any further questions for Mr. Omenchinsky or no?
No, ma'am, I don't.
Okay, thank you. And just to clarify, when we look at sales, we don't look at post-reference sales. So the reference date is April 1st, 2025. So that's what the board considers, sales prior to that date.
Right.
As evidence, okay? So now we'll move to questions from the panel members for the assessor. Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for Mr. Omenchinsky?
I have no questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions?
Yeah, is there any record of the renos that were done in this house?
Yes.
Yes.
Sorry, you said it was
I
inspected.
thought you were asking me.
No.
No worries. Yes, we do have record of the renovations being completed.
But you
I
didn't
can.
include that in your presentation.
No, it was reflected with the effective age of the property, indicating that there were renovations.
Okay, that's all I had. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. And the only question I have then is in regards to the record of the renovations being added into the assessment. What is the date of that, when that occurred, the renovations were added?
That there was a when the renovations were added to the property record.
Yeah.
So what I can see here just on it would have been in March of 2026.
Okay.
Is
so
when that.
Okay. Thank you very much. That was my only question. So there wasn't a supplementary assessment notice related to those renovations is in the reassessment. Okay.
There was not, no.
Okay, thank you very much. Those are all my questions. So now, Mr. Bailey, we'll turn and ask that you proceed with your presentation. As you've noted, I looked and I did note that you had some sales that are post-reference included in your presentation. And so, as I said before, the board doesn't consider those as evidence for market value because the reference day is April 1st, 2025. So you have a lot of other evidence. You may wish to concentrate on those other pieces, okay? So you
I'm
can
not quite sure what you mean by the evidence I supplied, like as in the comps, do you mean?
Yeah, for recent sales, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And I respect the fact that these should be sales pre-2025. But even the numbers that I'm showing you post 2025 are still less than the numbers the assessor is saying my place is worth. So I get that I'm not using comparables that are pre-2025. However, the comparables that I am using are still justifying exactly what I'm saying with respect to a 3-bedroom house is by far worth more than a 1-bedroom house. And you will get more people interested in it, and you will get more competition for it. So although those prices don't reflect the pre-2025, they do support the evidence.
Okay, so if you'd like to proceed with your presentation then, please. Thank you.
Well, and again, my presentation very, very much hinges on the fact that a 1-bedroom house will not demand the buyers to force a competition so significantly to put it up to 531,000. At the end of the day, you can go on MLS currently, and you can go on MLS in pre-April 2025, and you will still not find a 1-bedroom house over $400,000 in Winnipeg, with the exception of maybe a few in some extremely sought after high-end areas. But even that is probably not a 1-bedroom available in those areas. So at the end of the day, given the fact that this house was originally purchased in 2017 for $278,000, and now we're talking about an assessment of $531,000, I think it's being stretched to the limit. And the last thing I'd like to add is a scenario on how we got to where we are right now. When the first letter came out saying the value of the house was $441,000, 4 other comparables were utilized for that valuation. When I phoned, and I believe I spoke to a lady named Karen and advised her that I didn't believe that this was accurate at 441, she left that conversation at the moment of, okay, well, when the letter comes out on June 4th, you may appeal it. So that was my plan. But then about a month later, she called back and asked if she could send an assessor out to come and look at my house, which of course I absolutely willfully said yes. They came out and then increased the value up to $90,000. Now, during that phone conversation, it was a little bit heated. It was respectful, but you could see the tension and you could feel the frustration on both sides of the phone. To go from 441 to 531 after that phone call, quite frankly, it almost seems a little bit vindictive. But again, that's just my opinion on the phone call, and I do know it was heated on both sides and frustration on both sides. But where it should have just been left to go to an appeal, why did the city feel that they should come out a second time and then increase another $90,000?
Okay.
So at the end of the day, my case hinges on the fact that 0 1-bedroom houses were used in comparables. The accuracy to this information, I feel, is flawed as a result of it. And I don't believe that I should be at 531 by any means. And in all fairness, I do believe that I should be closer to that original assessment of 371. Because clearly the 371 assessment back in 2025 didn't take into account a 1-bedroom house either. But I felt that it was more within the limits at that time. But to go from 371 to 531 2 years later is, in my opinion, completely unfounded. And that's all I have, folks.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Bailey.
You bet.
Mr. Omachinsky, do you have any questions for Mr. Bailey on his presentation?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay. And Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for Mr. Bailey?
No, it's just that there's no mention of what renovations you actually did. Is there in here? I can't find them.
In my
Yes, in yours.
information, no, just the fact that extensive rentals were done in 2017. They were all permitted by the city. They were all inspected by the city. I just assume you folks would have that on file.
Okay.
But I mean, as far as the rentals come, I did in my evidence there give you the layout of the plans that were submitted to the city, which can be verified. I gave you the layout of that, showing that it is indeed a 1-bedroom house. And I mean, yeah. So, but no, not in my evidence. I don't believe I've put that, but it was mentioned several times, and maybe it is actually. Let me see. Yeah, sorry, it is mentioned in my evidence there. If you look on the very first page, increase from 441. The property was originally purchased as 278. Following the purchase, substantial renovations were required and completed in 217. Oh. Yeah, so it is mentioned, but not
But
the
it doesn't
actual
identify,
house.
right?
But I just assumed you guys have all those plans, so I just assume that you guys know.
Okay, I'm good. Thank you.
You betcha. Thank you.
Okay. Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for Mr. Bailey?
I do have a couple questions. First of all, Mr. Bailey, never assume. We don't have access to that kind of information unless you bring it to us. So
Oh.
can you please speak to what renovations were actually done? And did you turn a 2-bedroom house into a 1-bedroom house, or was it a 3-bedroom house that you reconfigured?
Yeah.
Give me the whole Cole's notes of what the renovations were.
You betcha. So the actual structure of the house never changed. It was all, aside from cosmetics, of course, but nothing was really changed on the, like the actual original structure of the house is no more exterior walls were added, nothing like that. No foundation was added. So it was all just a pure cosmetic rental, and we moved some walls in, but that's exactly what we did. We devalued that house by turning it into 1-bedroom. The reason why is just my wife and I, our kids live in this city, 5 grandkids, all that stuff. We didn't need a big house. So we moved into the city specifically to kind of build like a little condo for ourselves. It's base station. We travel a lot. Mm-hmm. That's basically what we did. So there was 2 very large bedrooms in the house. And basically we stole from 1 bedroom to make a master closet on the other one. So the other bedroom that used to be a bedroom is very tiny. It's used as it's got enough room for a computer desk. There's 0 closet in there, and it's got a little window on the side. And then of course we finished the basement. So, and the basement's just a big open room with anyways, the city assessor did come in. I imagine one of your people, and they took a picture of every single room in my house, inside and out, the garages and everything. So that information I trust you do have. Not assuming, I'm just trusting you do. But yeah, at the end of the day, that's what we did.
Okay, and thank you very much, Madam Chair. That's it.
Okay, thank you very much. Just to follow up in regards to Ms. Anderson's questions about the renovations, Mr. Bailey, can you describe the type of finishes that are used for the renovations, like the floors and the countertops? What type of finish are they? Oh,
absolutely. So we put in 2 types of counters in there, a higher end quartz in the kitchen, but then to save money, we put a different quartz in the bathrooms. The floor is just a laminate flooring. It's nothing special. It's nothing out of the ordinary. And all the walls are paint. And then we tiled, I think 1 bathroom is tiled just the shower enclosure. 2 are tiled, the shower enclosure. And then, yeah, that's about it. Like those would probably be the highest ends. I mean, we switched the lights, but it's all paint on the walls. There's nothing else on the walls but paint and typical molding. And yeah, there's nothing special to the house. Yeah, there's no real extreme high-end finishes or anything. We actually wanted to make this an extremely cheap place to live because it's the last house we're ever going to buy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your presentation, Mr. Bailey.
Thank you. And you guys aren't so scary after all.
That's good. And so that will conclude this matter, and we'll conclude the hearing for this matter, and we'll move on to the next item on the agenda.
You guys have a great day.
You have a great day too.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you.
So item number 4, and the applicant is present in person. Yeah. Ms. Barron?
Oh, yes.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for saying.
Thank you, and thanks for your patience.
Pardon?
So she'll swear you in.
Yes, sir.
Stand.
Yes, I can.
Thank you. Can you state your full name?
Kimberly Ann Berry.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you. You may be seated. Okay.
Mr. Olachinsky, there, just before we start, there's no preliminary items with regards to this map on the agenda. Okay.
I don't believe
So,
so.
Mr. Olachinsky, if you can read the property into the record, then it is 650 Henderson Highway, and you can begin your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The roll number is 0200107400. The address is 650 Henderson Highway. It is in 411 Kildonan Drive, the neighborhood. It is a one-story. It is built in 1928 with the effective age of 1938. There is 750 square feet of living area. It is a full basement type that is unfinished. There is one full bathroom, central air, a fireplace, and a single detached garage. The assessed lot size is 5,859 square feet with a bus route and heavy traffic influence. The 2027 assessment roll values at 285,000, with the total assessment per square feet being $380 per square foot. I would like to make a recommendation based on the comparables that I've provided to reduce the assessment to 266,000 to better reflect the April 1st, 2025 market value change.
Thank you, Mr. Omachinsky. Ms. Berry, the assessor has made a recommendation to reduce the 2027 assessment to 266,000. Do you accept this recommendation or wish to proceed with your appeal?
I would have considered it. Am I permitted to do a counter?
We're committed to proceed with your appeal. So if you're not prepared to accept it, we'll just move forward with the hearing and the assessment.
Yeah, unfortunately, if that's the case, because I just want to say I do very much appreciate that he has made a reduction, but it still isn't quite, it doesn't line up with my numbers.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, Mr. Omachinsky, you can proceed with your presentation.
Okay, thank you. So moving on to the comparables. The comparables 1 and 3 are on Kildonan Drive. Comparables 2, 4, and 5 are Monroe West neighborhood area. They are all one story. The range for the year built ranges from 1923 to 1946, with the effective year built ranging from 1928 to 1956. The living area ranges from 660 square feet to 1,066 square feet. They are all full basements types that are finished. The bathroom layout for the comparable properties is 3 and 4 and 3 and 4 have one full bathroom, with comparables 2 having 2 full bathrooms, comparable 1 having 1 full bathroom, 1 half bathroom with a standing shower, and comparable 5 also having 1 full bathroom with a half bathroom and a standing shower. They all the comparables except for comparable 4 have central air conditioning, and comparables 1, 3, and 5 have a single detached garage, with comparables 2 and 4 having a multiple detached garage. The assessed lot size ranges from 4,195 square feet to 5,399 square feet, and they all have the heavy traffic bland influence, and comparables 1, 3, and 5 have the bus route. 1, 3, 4, and 5 have the bus route land influence as well. The time adjusted sale price ranges from $242,100 to $344,100, with the time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $322.80 to $442.61. And then on the final page of the brief, there is a comparable map just showing that these are all properties that are along Henderson Highway. That would be my presentation. I am open for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Omachinsky. Ms. Berry, do you have questions for the assessor in regards to the presentation that he's given?
Yeah, I think just a couple, because I'm assuming everybody has,
We'll go through your
right, but I mean,
evidence.
everybody will eventually be
Yeah.
reading it,
Yeah.
okay. So I just want to double check, you are not the gentleman that actually I spoke to on the phone in early April?
No, that would have been somebody else with the
Yeah,
residential
Eric, oh, so I just want to make
agreement
sure I
program.
was, because I
Yeah.
thought it would be the same person,
Oh,
okay?
okay.
And yeah, because that's my question really was, so then the only other thing, and I also was told procedurally, I just want to make sure I don't miss my opportunity for my rebuttal information, but maybe I'll just take advantage of this. You have clarified though from speaking with the previously, I now understand a little bit more that you're not looking at numbers of bedrooms and whatnot, you're looking at the square footage maybe and other things, but nothing, but you're not looking at number of bathrooms, number of bedrooms. You're making these decisions based on other things. But I find that disturbing, given that that is what the real market people do. People do care if it is a 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom or a 3 bedroom house, whether it's 1,000 square feet or 1,200 square feet. Can you explain to me why something, because you claim, everyone, the city constantly claims that this is all about what you could really get if your house had sold at that time or the preceding 12 to 18 months. I don't understand, why doesn't the city include these variables that are incredibly influential on the marketplace? It sounds like you guys have an extraordinarily broad interpretation to include comparables.
Are you speaking like directly about the number of bedrooms that a property would have
Well,
in
it
the
just
building
sounded
description?
when you were defending why you were using certain comparables, and people were bringing up, one bedroom, 2 bedroom, 3 bedrooms. You seem to say, oh, well, we don't consider that, we just consider, I think it was square footage or comparable square footage or comparable. It seemed to be all very much about size. And what I'm trying to say is, if it is supposed to be based on what you would get for your market value when buyers come in to look, they do care about the aesthetics of the property. They do care if it's 2 bedrooms versus 3 bedrooms, 1 bedroom versus 1 bathroom versus 2 bathrooms. And so you may not be able to answer the question. I was just wondering, why doesn't the city consider factors that the true open market considers when they purchase a property, which ergo gives us our final selling price? Why don't you guys consider that?
We would still try to consider things like the number of bedrooms on a property. I wasn't able to find comparables that also were similar in square footage um, or like the age in that neighborhood region that were also 1 bedroom for the previous property. But those things are still considered, and it's also reflected on the purchase price and the time adjusted sale price of the properties.
Okay, and then, like I said, just it will be mentioned in my rebuttal, but I just would like to get your answer on this. I was very surprised to see you include 627 and 706 Henderson Highway. Again, these are 3 bedroom houses, not 2 bedroom houses, which mine is. They are 2 bathrooms, not 1 bathroom. They are fully finished basements as opposed to my unfinished basement, and they have been completely updated. And I'm just wondering, other than their obvious appeal because of their pricing, why would such houses ever be considered comparable to mine?
So
And they also one has a lovely double garage, one has a lovely oversized single garage, and mine has an undersized garage, which for all intents and purposes is a shed.
right. So those have been included because although I would say they are superior comparables that are used, that they would be more improved than your property would be in that case, that what you mentioned, the multiple detached garage and the work that has been done. But that is also reflected in the sale price, and that also had brought me to my decision to offer the reduction to 266,000.
Okay. Final thing is, at the opening, you made a comment about the age. I think you said 1928. And then you said something, you gave a description of 1938. And I always thought it was 1923. It's a small thing, but now I'm just trying to get educated. Is the 1928, I didn't bring a copy of my own properties assessment on the website. I always thought it said 1923.
Okay, like this is based off of the information that we have on our assessment roll. So it from
And
what
that's what I mean, I'm gonna have to go
can
look because
see.
I think it says
Yeah.
1923, but you
Okay.
say 1928.
Yeah, that's what I have here.
And then what is 1938? What did, like it de-ages it? 10 years?
So that would be, it would be for any kind of slight improvements that have been completed on the property over the years would be reflected in the effective age.
So you're
So
basically knocking off like 10 years because of improvements or whatever.
yeah, or it wouldn't be reducing, it wouldn't be knocking off an age, it would actually be increasing the effective age of the home.
What, but it's basically implying it's 10 years younger than it is.
Correct.
15 years younger than I thought. Okay, thank you. I think that was it. Yes, I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for the assessor?
Yes, of the 5 comparables, what would you consider to be the best one?
Out of the 5 comparables, I would say
Yeah.
the strongest would be likely either comparable 3 or comparable 4 would be the 2 strongest. But yeah, it's all the comparables themselves are again supposed to kind of they're supposed to represent a range of value for the subject property.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Anderson, do you have any questions for Mr. Olachinski?
I do not. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. And I have no questions. Thank you for your presentation. So we'll now move to you, Ms. Berry. You can give us your presentation, walk us through it. Thank you.
I just want to double check. I wasn't sure when the gentleman asked the assessor which property he thought was the best comparable. I don't know which one he actually chose. And just for the record, mine is 635, and that's because if you look at the photographs, you can actually tell that it was obviously the same blueprints, architect, whatever. And so it is the one that most represents my house. You can tell by the curved top bookshelves in the living room, tell by the front face. You can see 3 windows in the living room, the front door, and then a window beside the door. So for me, I don't know which one he did, but for me, if anybody's interested, my best comparable is 635. Because that is the one that is almost my house's twin, basically.
Okay, so comparable number 4.
Is that this?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, would
Oh,
you
it's
like
mine.
to? Yeah.
Well,
Like
again,
to
this
begin
is
with
this is where I'm afraid that something will be missed. I don't want to hold everybody up. That's why I do go to great lengths to make it all written.
Yeah.
So you guys can review at your leisure. Do I have to actually say everything, or are you guys going to read my documentation?
You can walk us through the highlights of your presentation.
Yeah, like, so that's my similar, and again, getting more of an education now. Again, what the assessor has provided to you. Again, it's just straight numbers, and even those numbers don't justify the cost. But I've included pictures because those really impact the selling price. I'm the first one to say, my house is, Henry is a very, which is what we call him, he's Henry. He is an adorable, cute little house, but he is literally smaller than a 2-bedroom apartment by today's standards. And I'm just asking for the numbers to show me where we're getting to these numbers, because I have given you numbers and I have provided you with a spreadsheet to show you. I am basing my request not on, oh, this is just what I think. I've literally taken the numbers of 7 properties. And I've taken the current assessed value, their proposed assessed values for 2027 and their percentage increase. Most of them are between 11 and 16%. One is an outlier at 29%. But mine is going up 39.9%, which I thought was excessive. Then I've also included their actual, because they say it is about the actual selling price. I've included these properties' actual selling prices. And when you take those and you do the math and you add an equal percentage, if you look at the bottom right-hand corner of document 5, my property financial comparisons, Henry's average selling price for 2025 would have been $234,500. And that is as well is very in keeping with 635's actual selling price of $233,000. So I'm presenting numbers with actual documentation, objective, not subjective. These are actual numbers that are currently in existence by the city's own records. That's where I'm putting my numbers. I have included all photos so everyone can see. You can see that Henry is a cute little house, but he is extremely modest in his attributions. The fanciest thing in Henry is the kitchen, and that is literally an IKEA kitchen. It's nothing fancy. All these other houses have had extensive upgrades. They've they have, many of them have second bathrooms, many of them have third bedrooms. Virtually all of them either have the same size bedroom or larger. And he technically has a garage. It was added on afterwards. I don't know by who. I want to throttle them because they left a very wide walkway on the side. And they left the garage literally 9 inches wider than the door. It is a rental property, and none of my tenants have ever used it as a garage. They've all used it as a shed because as I put in my writing, you have to literally pull the passenger side up right against the wall. You can't even open the driver's door all the way, so I can barely do it myself. But if you're of the big bone nature people, you can't use it. It's not convenient. And there's no man door. It's basically an attached shed. But I'm the first one to say he's a lovely little house, but he is very little. I cannot increase his bedroom sizes. I can't make him be on a quieter street. I can't even increase the garage size other than you can maybe get a single in there, but that is cost prohibitive. And like I said, anybody looking to buy that property, they don't consider that they're buying a property with a garage. They consider they're buying a property with an attached shed. Most people would. But as long as everybody is reading my written application, I don't want to take up anybody's time. I want you to be able to read the material at your leisure. I hope you look at the photos because they are what people buy houses on. And if you look at nobody in their right mind, if I said you have a budget of even $285,000, nobody in their mind would look at all these properties and say, oh, that's the one I want. The 650 Henderson, the one with water damage in the garage and no finished basement. Nobody in their right mind would say that's the one I'm going to spend my money on. So, and like I said, I was told by the lady who I filed the rebuttal information with is that I had to say it after this gentleman had presented, or otherwise it would be considered. So I don't know if that's part of it.
Okay, has the rebuttal evidence being filed?
Yes, it has. You just give me 1 moment.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. We could go through questions with regards to your presentation, and then once you have the rebuttal ready, then we'll deal with the rebuttal and any questions associated with
Certainly.
that. So, Mr. Omchinsky, do you have questions for Ms. Berry?
I have no questions at this time. Thank you.
Okay, and Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for Ms. Berry?
Just perusing the photos, so no questions at this time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, and Mr. Arnell, do you have questions for Ms. Berry?
Just confirmation on what is it that you're asking the assessment to be?
Like I said, in the financial comparison, I think it's document 5, labeled document 5. If you go strictly by the numbers, Henry's average 2025 selling price would have been 234,500. 635 Henderson Highway actually sold, and that's basically his twin, sold for 233,000. And again, his twin with a second bathroom in the basement, a third bedroom in the basement. The basement is finished, and he has backlink access to a beautiful modern double garage with a parking pad beside it. So 3 cars can park and not be impeding each other. That sold for 233. And yet even my spreadsheet says 234,500 is what, again, I'm happy to stay with the numbers. 635 sold for less, but I feel I'm justified in asking for 234,500 because that's what the numbers support. And then anecdotally, 633 sold for, is it 635. Is it 635? I'm getting myself mixed up. Yeah, because there's 3s. 635 actually sold for 233. Barely 7 months before April.
Thank you.
So,
Mr. Arnell, any further questions?
nope, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
And rebuttal evidence should be in your files.
So rebuttal evidence will be in our files. Okay. And this was filed, when was the rebuttal evidence?
The following day. Friday. Okay. Good well. No problem, yes.
Okay, so you have to refresh your SharePoint sites to see the rebuttal evidence. Have you received it?
Very brief.
Should be listed as item 4. And then her property, her file number, and then rebuttal evidence.
You bet.
Just refresh. Say 26-16.
Got it.
Yep, I'm good.
I don't have the rebuttal evidence. I was looking through my email now and I don't
Yeah, I'll
Don't
send
see
it to
it.
you right now, Mackenzie.
Thank you.
Refresh, it seems to be there.
It's very brief. Of
Okay,
course, now that I'm looking for it, I
Here it
can't
is.
find my
Yes,
card.
thank you, it just appeared.
Paperwork betrays you every time.
Mr. Omachinsky, have you received it yet?
I'm just gonna reopen my Outlook. I haven't
Okay.
seen it, but maybe just a refresh it'll show up.
That's by email, it can take a few minutes, yeah.
Mhm.
So it's just a subject heading 26-162 rebuttal.
Yep, I do have it now. Thank you.
Okay. So if you can walk us through it.
Just one correction, I was reading through this morning and I proofing it and I saw that I made one error. On the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 5th paragraph of the first place where it starts with he did not include 531, etc. I note here that the last number I have is 643 Henderson, which was a complete anomaly that I still included even at a selling price of 297.5. That is an error. That 297.5 is for 676. The 297.5 written there should say 275. 643 Henderson Highway sold for 275. But I do have it correct on the following pages when I'm comparing the properties. But I just did want to catch my own typo there.
That was 643 Henderson.
643 Henderson actually sold for $275, and I misquoted another property's selling price. Oh, I'm sorry,
Yeah.
maybe permission to speak, sorry. Yeah, so it is very brief, it is simply that I am taking exception to those two properties being included. 627 and 706. Like I said, the only thing they have in common is that they're on Henderson Highway. They both have 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths. Both properties have been completely updated with fully finished basements. 627 has a modern double garage, and 706 has a modern oversized garage with a man door. And 706 is 57% larger in square footage than my property. So I have respectfully requested on the last page that they not be included in the deliberations, because all they do is pull the average up to 275. If you take them out, you're back into the 260s. And that was my concern about it being included. Those two being included.
Thank you very
Thank you.
much. Mr. Olachinski, did you have any questions in regards to the rebuttal?
No questions in regards to the rebuttal.
Okay, Ms. Anderson, any questions?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, Mr. Arnell?
No questions, thanks.
Thanks. And I have no questions, thank you.
I just want to thank everybody for taking the time to meet with us. It's very much appreciated that you have this opportunity to be heard. Thank you.
And thank you for coming today and for all your work, your presentation. was very
Well, I was an
helpful.
accounting clerk, so paper, right? And I do like people to be able to relax. You guys are absorbing an awful lot of information.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
guys.
very much.
Good luck.
Thank you.
So that concludes this matter. So we'll move on to our next item.
Madam Chair,
Yes,
can I have 30 seconds to change my hearing aid battery? You don't have to go in camera or anything like that. Just need to run and get a battery.
okay, we'll take a 5-minute recess. Okay,
Thank you.
okay, thank you.
We'll be right back, and we'll
Yeah,
go offline. I'm chair, we are live.
Call this hearing back to order. It's at 2:25. And we're now moving to the next item on our agenda, which is item number 7, and it is 150 Linden Avenue. Are there any preliminary issues with regards to this matter?
There are no preliminary issues.
Okay. Mr. Assessor, if you can read the property into the. Oh, swear the, sorry, my apologies. Yes, we need to swear the applicant in.
Mr. Braun, can you please state your full name?
Wilbert Braun.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Thank you. Hey, Mr. Olachinski, if you can read the property into the record and begin with your presentation. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. The roll number is 0202084500. The street address is 150 Linden Ave. It's 411 Kildonan Drive is the neighborhood. It is a 1-story building. The year built and the effective year built is 1927. The living area is 788 square feet. It is a full basement type that is unfinished. There is 1 full bathroom, no central air, and a single detached garage on record. The assessed lot size is 5,005 square feet, and the 2027 assessment values the property at $319,000, with the total assessment per square foot being $404.82. Moving on to the comparables. There are 5 comparables. All of the comparables are on 411 Kildonan Drive neighborhood area. They are all 1-story. The year built ranges from 1921 to 1949. The effective year built ranges from 1923 to 1949. The living area ranges from 792 square feet to 932 square feet. Comparables 1, 3, 4, and 5 are full basement types. And comparable 2 is a full/part area basement type. Comparables 1 and 5 do not have a finished basement. Comparables 2 to 4 do have finished basements. For full baths ranges from 1 to 2. Half bath ranges from 0 to 1, and showers range from 0 to 1. They all have central air except for comparable 5. Comparables 2 has a multiple detached garage. Comparable 3 has a single detached garage, and comparable 5 has a single detached garage. Comparables 3 has an in-ground pool on record, and the range for assessed lot size ranges from 4,990 square feet to 6,391 square feet, bringing us to the time adjusted sale price ranging from 292,000 to $363,100, with the time adjusted sale price ranging from my apologies, $335.41 to $422.38. My recommendation is that the Board of Revision maintain the value of 319,000. And on the last page is the comparable map. And that would be my presentation. I'm open for questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Romachinsky. Mr. Braun, do you have questions for the assessor with regards to this presentation?
Yeah. When speak.
You can speak.
Yeah.
To his presentation, questions to the assessor's evidence that he presented. You'll have a chance to present your evidence after we ask the assessor questions.
Okay.
So do you have any questions for him?
Has he looked, like, when you look at the assessments of the other houses, have you always like, and I know it's I don't know if it's a fair question, but I hope it is. When it comes to renovation, a lot of those houses, when you drive around, they have new windows, new doors, and etc. Like an upgraded garage or whatever. Which is, my house has still everything is original, inside, outside. Like there's nothing rebuilt in that, or nothing renovated in that house. All I have done is I picked it up in 2023. And all I did is renovated. Nobody had done prior to when I picked it up, no renovations or anything into it. All I did is, like I said, I just painted it up, and that's how we have kept it. So
Yes.
does that have something to do with the value?
Yeah, so if there was renovations completed on your home, then normally that would be reflected in the effective age, but considering the reflective age is still 1927, it would mean that your property is still being valued as there has been no renovations completed.
The number seems to me very high because the house at 247 Linden, their asking price for 364, but it's sold for 355, but has 1,022 square feet, 4 bedrooms, has new windows. It's a lot of upgrades to it.
Are you speaking to the assessor's comparables or comparables that you brought? Are you speaking to the comparables that the assessor presented?
Yeah.
Sorry, could you repeat the comparable that you
Okay.
mentioned, the name?
247 Linden.
240. I don't believe I have that on my comparable sheet unless I'm
147?
No,
247.
it's not on here.
We have 147 in the assessor's presentation.
147 Leeton or Linden?
Linden, like Linden.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't have Linden in my comparable sheet.
No. Because that's recently sold for 355. And it's a 4-bedroom, which is minus a 2-bedroom, 1 bath, has 1,022 square feet, which mine has 800 and just slightly over 800 square feet.
Okay.
And mine also has, it's a destroyed basement.
So are you speaking to this, at this time, we're gonna ask questions of the assessor in regards to the presentation that he made. So is in reference to the properties that he's presented, and then you'll have an opportunity to present your evidence.
Oh, okay.
So, did you have any further questions, in regards to what he's presented?
No.
No? Okay. Okay, thank you, Mr. Braun. Mr. Arnell, did you have any questions for the assessor?
No questions, thanks.
Okay, and Ms. Anderson?
I have no questions, thank you.
Okay, and I have a question. Yes,
Sorry,
sir.
I'm just trying to look, and I thought maybe it was a mistake on my end, but I don't have the evidence for the applicant for 150 Linden Ave.
No evidence was
Oh, okay,
submitted.
okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So, I have no questions for you, either, Mr. Omachinsky. So now we'll move to Mr. Braun to present your evidence. So you haven't filed any evidence with the board. There was nothing submitted to the board, written evidence. But I understand you have materials that you're gonna speak to today, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Okay, so you can certainly do that. You can speak to the information that you brought forward. Yeah,
Weren't the pictures sent in?
no,
Oh, that sounds good to me. I thought it would be, but
did you have a record that it had been sent? That it had been submitted?
we're supposed to be Cindy's supposed to have sent it all in. On emails, Cindy Friesen,
To the Board of Revision?
auto reply, Board of Revision. External subject. Revision. It says your email to the Board of Revision has been received. Please be advised, there may be a response. Says send. I'm completely new with this. First time I
Okay.
ever do this,
Okay,
first time.
we're gonna take a 2-minute recess to have a look at the paper to see if there's documentation here that has been filed. So it is 2:35, we'll reconvene at 2:40.
Okay, sounds good.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we are now live.
Like to reconvene this hearing, it's 2:46. We now have all the written materials before us, the evidence that was filed by Mr. Braun, the applicant, on August 5th. And so now we'll proceed with Mr. Braun's presentation. You may begin your presentation, Mr. Braun, and present your evidence. We have it so we can follow along. Thank
Okay,
you.
so they have all the pictures too?
We have all the pictures.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, no, my question would be, first question would be at what I mentioned before already, 247 Linden. It's been sold for 355,000, which is a beautiful house, a completely renovated house, new windows. And it is a 4-bedroom, which mine is a 2-bedroom. Mine is built in the 20s, I do believe, right? Said, yeah. And so my house is completely still the way it was originally, with a very, very small kitchen, and has no windows upgrades, and a very poor situation with the garage situation, but that's just what it is. And the basement foundation has, there's nothing in the basement been rebuilt, because the reason for that is because it's cracked. So in order to do all of that, I would have to invest a lot of money into it. And that's, to my opinion, it's high. If I compare to the other houses that are sold there, and with the situation that's in. So I do not know how I can, this is, like I said before, it's the first time I ever do this. I would just like to see if City of Winnipeg is willing to look at the situation and hopefully give me another number on, I based it on $280,000. That's what I that's where I looked at a lot of situations, that's what I looked at.
Okay, thank you. That's your presentation.
Yeah.
The assessor will now have an opportunity to ask questions on what you presented. Mr. Omachinsky?
I have no questions on the presentation.
Okay, thank you. And Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for the applicant, Mr. Braun?
I'm wondering that sale at 247, when did that happen? Was that this year?
Recently sold, I don't have dates, sorry, I don't have not exactly the dates, but that's,
Okay, recently sold, but you don't
Yeah.
know when. Okay.
yeah.
Okay, and I believe you said that everything in your house is original? No new windows, no renovations?
Nothing, that I just, like I said, I bought it the way it was built. Not even in the kitchen, there's not even there's that old kitchen still in there. We're
Okay.
operating with that.
And the basement is unfinished, and you said there's cracks. What kind of cracks are you talking about?
Foundation cracks, like literally the wall is cracked. I had to fill in order to prevent for creating a bigger crack.
Are you having any water infiltration?
No, because that's on a higher ground, and I made sure that I fill up my house on the foundation high enough that the water completely runs away.
Very wise, very wise.
Otherwise we would have water in the basement, yes.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. And I think that is all my questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for the applicants?
No questions, thanks.
Okay, thank you. The only question I have is in regards to the foundation cracks. You said you've done some remedial work yourself.
Yeah.
And that it would cost a lot of money to remediate the
Yes.
situation. Have you ever received any quotations or anything for undertaking that work?
I have not, but I do know basement guys, construction guys, what do that type of work. I'm in construction industry too. And that's why, what I did is I just silicone it all closed and putty it in with cement or what from Home Depot to sell like, the pre-mixed stuff, and made sure that my foundation was filled up, swelled on the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I think you've given us all the information that we need to be able to consider that matter, and I want to thank you for coming in today and doing your presentation.
Okay, I'm sorry, I'm not educated with this.
That was excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
So this concludes the hearing for this matter.
Okay.
And so we thank you for coming.
Okay, thank you for your time.
The next item, you will receive our decision, our
Okay.
court order in the very near future by registered mail.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank
You bet.
you.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Good luck.
Okay, so the next item on our agenda is item number 8, and that is 92 Rowendale Crescent.
I'm sure there is nobody in attendance for this property.
Okay, there is no one in attendance in person or in Zoom, so I'm going to suggest we move this item to the end of our agenda. And that way we'll be able to move on to number 9. 165 Irving Place, and we have an applicant in attendance. Mr. Kotick. And so I'd ask that you swear Mr. Kotick in. Thank you.
Mr. Kotick, can you please state your full name?
My name is Steve Kotick, K-O-T-Y-K.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated.
And are there any preliminary items with the?
We do, yes. We do have some of the evidence that is submitted.
Okay. When was the evidence submitted?
He came in today in person to provide us with 2 comparables and a summary of his presentation.
Okay. So I would ask the applicant why this evidence was late today, why you brought the evidence today. I see that you filed a brief on August 10th with the city, but you brought further evidence in today that you wish to share with the board, written evidence, and I'm just wondering
Well,
if
okay.
you can explain why it came today. Thank you.
I do have an explanation. You know, I was trying to follow the rules here, and I didn't realize that the evidence had to, the comparable sales had to fall in between January 1st of 2023 and April 1st of 2025. The two I submitted were current.
Oh, post-reference,
Yeah,
post-April 1, 2025.
and it seems like what a lot of people in front of me have presented was, you know, current. And so I was trying to follow the rules, and that's why I went and picked up two others that do comply with current and that have the time adjustment sales.
Okay. Okay, so now the board will consider whether to receive your written evidence. Your written late evidence, so we'll go in camera for that discussion, so I'm just gonna ask you to step outside for a minute and then you'll just go in camera and then you'll be brought back in, thanks so much.
One moment, please. Madam Chair, we're now live.
Okay. I'd like to call this hearing back to order. It's 3 p.m. The board has considered your request for the written late evidence to be considered, and it has been accepted. We'll receive your written evidence. It's being shared with the board members as well as the assessor. So when it's your turn to do your presentation, you'll be able to speak to that, okay?
Great.
To
Thank
your
you.
material. Thanks so much for submitting. Okay, so
The assessor back in.
Mr. Omachinsky, I'm not sure if you heard or not when we, the hearing is reconvened and the board considered the late evidence and resolved to accept the late evidence that's been filed, and so it's been shared with the panel members and also yourself. You'll have a written copy of it that has been sent to you. So when it's Mr. Kotick's turn to present, he'll be able to speak to that evidence, okay?
Okay, sounds good. I have received the evidence, so we're good.
Okay. And you've sworn in the applicant?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did.
Okay, so now we'll move forward with you doing your presentation, Mr. Olchinsky. So
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
The roll number is 0400011100. The address is 165 Ivering Place. It is in the Kildonan Drive neighborhood area. It is a one-story building. The effective year and the year built is 1953. There is 807 square feet for living area. It is a full basement type that is finished on record. There is one full bath, one half bath. They have central air and a detached single garage. The assessed lot size is 10,449 square feet, with the 2027 assessment being 418,000. But I would like to recommend at this time to reduce the assessment to 399,000 to better reflect the April 1st, 2025 market value change based on the comparables provided, but while still considering the larger lot size of the property.
Thank you. Mr. Kotick, the assessor has made a recommendation to reduce the assessment to 399,000. Do you accept that recommendation?
Well, no.
No, okay, so you'll move forward with your appeal. Okay, thank you. So you may proceed, Mr. Omachinsky, with your presentation.
Okay, thank you. So moving on to the comparables, all the comparables are in the Kildonan Drive neighborhood area. They're all one story. The year built ranges from 1950 to 1954, with the effective year built ranging from 1952 to 1960. The living area ranges from 912 square feet to 990 square feet. Comparables 1 to 3 have a full basement type that are finished, with comparable 4 having a full/part area basement type that is finished. All comparables have one full bathroom. Comparables 1, 3, and 4 have a half bathroom, and comparables 3 and 4 have a shower on record. They all have central air conditioning, and comparable 4 has a fireplace, and comparables 1 and 2 have a single detached garage, with comparables 3 and 4 having a multiple detached garage. The assessed lot size ranges from 4,017 square feet to 8,974 square feet. Moving to the time adjusted sale price for the comparables ranging from 390,800 to 442,800, with the time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $394.75 to $479.74 per square foot. And on the second page of the brief is the comparable mapping. And that will be my presentation. I'm open for questions.
Thank you very much. Mr. Kotick, do you have questions for the assessor in regards to the evidence that he's presented, his presentation?
I don't.
Okay, thank you. And Mr. Arnell, do you have questions for Mr. Omachinsky?
No, just confirmation that it's $399 was recommended?
My recommendation was 399,000. Yeah.
Okay, good, thank you.
Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for the assessor?
More of a comment. It doesn't seem that your comparables are very close to the subject property. Did you struggle to find comps closer, or at least even more north of the subject property?
Yeah, these were more the comparables that I found that were still within the same neighborhood area, but that I thought best reflected just due to the smaller size of the subject property. I chose to go with these properties that are a bit further south or towards the city center. But
Understood.
yeah, sorry.
No, that's good. Thank you so much. And that's
Okay, thank you. And I have no questions. Thank you for your presentation. So we'll now move to your presentation, Mr. Kotick, if you'd like to begin your evidence.
Thank you. Okay, I also wanted to know if I could, the comments that I'm gonna make on my comparable properties, if I could have a hard copy to them at board members.
Okay. Oh.
I'm just gonna go off the page here.
Okay.
And this will benefit the following along.
Okay.
So I've got applicants' comments on the comparable properties. When I tried to comply with this and submit the ones that were going to my 2 comparable properties that are going to fall within January 1st, 2023 and April 1st of 2025. That's what I did with the resubmission. The comparable properties that I selected are based on those sales between those dates, and my comparable properties are within the neighborhood area 411 Kildonan Drive. These properties are located on this, the ones that I have chosen are actually located on the same street as the subject property, and they have very similar lot sizes. Basically, we submit that the subject property has an unequal appraisal, and the data shows that this property has been assessed higher than similar homes in the area. And I took this right out of the guide that the city provides for the Board of Revision, and the example being higher price per square foot for a comparable property. So we wish to quantify our argument and show why the appraised value of the subject property is incorrect or high. And so my first comparable is, it's actually 164 Irving Place. And when I say these are on the same streets, they're within houses apart. But anyway, the 164 had a time adjusted sale price of $531,000 and a time adjusted sale price per square foot of $367.77. My second comparable was 157 Irving Place, and that had a time adjusted sale price of $536,400 and a time adjusted sale price per foot of $413.89 per square foot. Now, in comparison, the subject property, 165 Irving Place, has been giving an assessed value of $517.97 per square foot. And that's extremely high. The data represents there's a very large discrepancy in the cost per square foot. And basically, we feel that the subject property should not be assessed at $517.97 per square foot. And the argument there is even with the assessor's comparable data, and when I look back at it, the 4 properties puts the highest adjusted sale price per square foot at $479.74 per square foot. And based on this evidence, we're requesting that the assessed value be revised to $387,000 in order to more fairly represent the market value. And how I got there is the subject property, which is only 807 square feet, which is a very small home in this neighborhood, times the highest value that was off the comparable sales chart that was provided by the assessor, times $479.74. That comes out to $387,000. And that's the value that we would be looking for. Because we think assessing this property at $517.97, so almost $518 per square foot, is extremely high. I know there's criteria here when I'm representing the applicant, which is my daughter, when she bought the home in July of 2025. The house was only listed for $339,900, but there was one of those things called a bidding war. And so here's my daughter wants to buy the house desperately, but so do 17 other people. And realistically, she just completely overpaid the market value of the home in order to secure it. But if everybody was willing to overpay for the home because the realtors had it at a fair market value of, like I say, it was listed for $339,900 at the time. And that's like just over a year ago. Now, also, when I'm off my print. Go ahead, certainly.
So when was that sale?
Well, it was July. She took possession in July 1st of last year.
Okay, so that's a post-reference sale, right? Because the reference date is April 1.
Right.
2025. And I did note that the assessor also had that sale noted on his brief as well. So we'll just, the board doesn't consider post-reference data. We consider like all the information that you've provided, that's certainly evidence, but we're not able to consider post-reference sales.
I don't mean to provide it as data.
Right.
I mean to provide it as a comment, like the people in front of me.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody followed this post-reference data at all. They just came in with comments, I guess, general comments. But in any case, I appreciate that. And so I just want to not lose my train of thought here. The properties that I had chosen that do comply, that are on my list that you've now accepted, I just basically thought there's as far as accurate comparables, there's just 2 things there that jump off the page for me. Is each one of those properties is this, if the one thing that these homes on Irving Place have is they have large lot sizes. Like when you read it into file, the assessed lot size of the subject property is 10,449. The other 2 properties on Irving Place One is 157 Irving is 9,300 or 9,038 square feet. And the one across the street is 10,545 square feet. It's really hard to get comparable sales that have that type of lot size because these lot sizes are, they're just extra deep.
Mhm.
And that's why I chose them. So those two comparable sales that I've chosen really are on top of the subject property as far as the lot size. And I'm thinking to myself, that's the strongest criteria short of the assessed dollar per square feet of the homes that's being creating the assessed value at this point in time.
Right.
You know, getting back to that, the thing about my daughter, she bought the home last year. That's not data, that's just a fact. And she bought it last year. And I know when the city does an assessment of the properties, they take in what was paid for the property to come up with that assessment.
Yes, the sales that occurred after April 1st, 2025
Right?
will all be put into the assessment database. And I believe the assessor could talk to how the sales are considered right after April 1st, 2025 for the next assessment cycle. Can you speak
Correct.
to that?
Yes, yeah. So the sale that occurred in what I have here is the 29th of July, is when it was submitted or what we have on record. That would be used in the next model to for this like for that the city would make to assess properties. So that sales data would be used in the next reassessment cycle. But but because it's outside of the current assessment cycle, we wouldn't consider that sale as part of evidence to reflect the April 1st, 2025 market value.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Okay.
Like it's not taken into
Right.
account. So
Thank you.
I
Thank you,
do.
Mr. Roach.
Well, I have another question now.
Okay.
And that's like, how did the assessment come up with, no, I'm not even gonna ask that question, like,
Okay.
I think for the most part, that completes my my presentation, because I honestly think that assessing the property, because it's such a small home at $517 plus a square foot, doesn't comply with any of my, if I was to multiply and try to take a look at the square footage cost of the two houses that I had in my comparisons, one being time adjusted sale price, and this is the city's data, time adjusted sale price, $367 per square foot. The other one is time adjusted sale price of $413. And then the subject property was given $517, which is my biggest reason for trying to be here in the first place.
Okay, yes, yes, thank you very much. Thank you for your presentation. And you certainly have clarified your position in regards to your request. So we'll now move to Mr. Olachinski. Do you have questions for Mr. Konik?
Yeah, I just have two quick questions. I just wanted to confirm the living area for the two comparables provided.
Yes, well, it's right here on the front page. Okay, so the first one was 164 Irving Place. It was built in 1956. It has a living area of 1,446 square feet, and it's a bungalow. And again, the time adjusted sale price on that is $367.77 per square foot. And the other one is 157 Irving. It was built, newer house, it was built in 1985. The living area is 1,296, 1296. And it has an adjusted sale price of 413 per square foot, adjusted price of $413.89.
Okay, thank you. That's all the questions I have.
Thank you. Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for Mr. Cotton?
Just a couple. Has your daughter done any renovations to the property?
Well, the house leaks, you know, like but and that's not what I'm bringing up, because I didn't think that was criteria that when I looked at the criteria to use for the applying for the revision, there was no indication that anybody would come with that type of information. But it leaks, and so it needs some work, but that's not the gist of my argument here.
Current condition
my-
actually matters. So if you have some information to share with us about the current condition of the house, that would be appropriate to share with the board.
I just don't have any quotes on that kind of work. Like, we've been trying to address the leaky basement water coming into the basement on our own. It had to do a lot with the way that the ground was sloped around the house. And so we tried to well, I did it personally, is try to regrade the house so that the water would run away from the house as opposed to towards the house.
Yeah.
But
Very
there's some
nice.
concrete slabs in the driveway that virtually direct the water. When we've had these hard rains, it pools right against the foundation and it overwhelms it. And I think really comes underneath the wall on top of the footing, and you get seepage across the basement floor. So, and that happens in the front of the house, same thing. So I've been spending a lot of time just regrading the house.
Thank you. Also, last question. Can you tell me if you could just estimate the percentage of the finishing in the basement, that would be helpful to me.
Well, I don't know, 3/4. You know, the biggest part that's not finished is I mean, there's a rec room and an office and a bathroom.
Wonderful. Thank you, sir. That's all I need. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for Mr. Cotton?
No questions, thanks.
Thank you. No questions. All the questions I had have been asked and answered. So want to thank you for your presentation, for taking the time to come in and walk us through it. We appreciate it.
Well,
And you will hear from us shortly with our order. It will be sent out in the very near future. Thanks so much.
yeah, I just wanted to say I did appreciate what the assessor had to say about reducing the assessment to $3.99, but like I said, if I was going to use the criteria on the evidence that I submitted, it would be lower than that. So I honestly think to myself that just using his lowest per square foot cost is very more reasonable, because the others would be lower yet. And I mean, I'd like the board to rule in reducing the assessed value of this house, but that's entirely up to the board.
Thank you for your summary.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Omachinsky, did you have anything in summation as well? He's froze. Mr. Omachinsky? We're gonna have to take a brief recess to deal with this technical issue. So we will reconvene at 3:26. this does conclude this item on the hearing agenda, so we can conclude this matter and we'll move on to the next matter when we read. Thank you very much.
You might be trying to log back in here.
Oh, okay. Perhaps we don't need to go offline.
He's not waiting, so maybe he's still in the process of trying to log back in. I've emailed him. But you don't hear back.
Okay.
Well, thank you, Madam Chairman.
And thank you for attending.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
And thank you.
Take care.
Or we'll go offline. Madam Chair, we are live.
I'd like to call this hearing back to order, and we will be moving to item number 10 on our agenda, 1080 Console Avenue. And the applicant will be joining us by Zoom.
Right.
Hello, can you hear
Hello.
us?
Yeah, I'm hearing you.
Good afternoon. Would
Good
you
afternoon.
please swear the applicant in, Ms. Morissette?
Mr. Kriviak.
Kriviak. Yeah.
Can you please state your full name?
Artem Kriviakin.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
So before we begin with this item, are there any preliminary issues with regards to this item?
We do. The applicant has provided some late evidence.
Okay, and when was the evidence received?
The evidence was received, the deadline date, so August 12th at 11:20 p.m.
And what time is it to be submitted?
Our deadline is August 12th at 4:30 p.m., Madam Chair.
Okay, Mr. Kriviakin,
Yep.
could you speak as to why the evidence was submitted late? It was received by the city at 11:20 and it was to be submitted on August 12th by 4:30. So if you can.
Yeah, sure. I remember the date 100%, but about time, a little bit probably forgot about it, and it was a lot of job over the regular hours work. So yeah, I did it very late at night, but the same day. It's true.
Okay, so if I'm understanding correctly, you did it after you were finished.
Yeah, exactly.
You came home and submitted. Okay, so
Yep.
now that the board will consider whether or not to accept the written late evidence. You will have an opportunity to speak to it when you present regardless, but we will go in camera to deliberate whether to receive the written late evidence, okay? So
Yeah.
we're just gonna go in camera for a minute. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Thanks.
One moment while we go offline.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, we're live. One moment while I admit the assessor.
Okay, I'd like to call this hearing back to order. We are on item number 10, 1080 Console Avenue. The board has considered the submission of late evidence, written late evidence, and we have agreed that it will be accepted. So it has been shared with the panel members as well as the assessors. And when is your opportunity to present, Mr. Kriviakin, you'll be able to speak to it. Thank you. So I would ask Mr. Omachinsky if you can read the property into the record and go through your presentation for us. Thank you.
Okay, thanks. The roll number is 0206113600. The address is 1080 Console Ave. It is in the Monroe East neighborhood area. It is a 3-level split building type. The effective year built and the year built is 1969. There's 1,130 square feet of living area. The basement type is full/part area. Basement finish. There is a basement finish on record. There is one full bath, two half baths, one shower. There's central air, and a single detached garage. The assessed lot size is 5,263 square feet, and the 2027 assessment roll values the property at $368,000, with the total assessment per square foot being $325.66. Moving on to the comparables, all the comparables are in the Monroe East neighborhood area. All comparables are the three-level split building type. The year built ranges from 1959 to 1970, with the effective year built ranging from 1959 to 1970. The living area ranges from 1,030 square feet to 1,171 square feet. All the comparables have a full/part basement type. And comparables 1 to 3 have a finished basement on record, with comparable 4 having no basement finish. All comparables have one full bathroom. Comparables 1 and 3 have a half bath, with comparables 2 having 2 and comparable 4 having 0. No comparables have a shower on record included. Then all comparables have central air, and all comparables have a multiple detached garage, with comparable 2 having a sunroom on record. The assessed lot size ranges from 5,102 square feet to 7,073 square feet. And the time adjusted sale price ranges from $327,400 to $466,100. The time adjusted sale price per square foot ranges from $317.86 to $449.04. And on the other side of the next page of the brief is the comparable map, and I would request that the board maintain the value of $368,000. That's my presentation. I am open for questions.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Olchinski. Mr. Kribiakin, I hope I'm pronouncing your name properly. Did you have any questions for Mr. Olchinski?
Do you remind please about
I'm sorry, we're having trouble understanding. Can you turn up your volume?
Would you please repeat one more time about garages on compatible house? Is it single garage or multiple garage?
For the subject property, for your property, it is a single detached that we have on record.
And about competitors?
The comparables do have multiple detached on record.
And do you have the date of, because I checked one of the competitors, and 2012, I think, or 2007, the garage was renovated. So it should be like new garage, according to their online permits.
Okay, yeah, and it likely would be if the permits are online, it would be a newer garage. That's correct.
Because my garage from 1968, and looks like no one ever did any job on this garage. I cannot even park my minivan Toyota Sienna, because it's very small.
Mm-hmm.
And it has a crack on the slab. And every time after rain, it's like full of water.
Okay.
It never saw any renovation.
Okay.
I don't have any questions to you. So, yeah, sorry.
No worries.
Thank you. Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for Mr. Olchinski?
No questions, thanks.
Okay, Ms. Anderson?
No questions for me, thank you.
Okay, and I have no questions. So we'll now move to your presentation, Mr. Kribiakin. If you want to walk us through the information that you filed.
So we bought a house with my wife less than a year ago. And possession day was in December, and we bought this house as is. It means that we didn't know about some enclosures, about some troubles. Now we know, because after last flooding, tornado on June, we had a flooding basement, and we found a crack on the basement, and we also called one company, Real Seal Foundation. They checked everything, but we're still waiting for estimate from them. And one more note that looks like this house didn't see any renovations, probably after it was built. because everything looks the same. Even the entrance door still has a sticker from 1968, the date of manufacturing. The windows, we have 2 plastic windows, but the mechanism not working, and both glasses blurred. So another windows hoods, I attached the pictures from the basement windows. Some windows still aluminum, and in the winter we have a lot of water and ice on it. So I also attached the estimate for windows replacement. Our fence, you can see the pictures. It looks even not terrible. So it's fell out already twice. The part between me and neighbor, it was fully on the ground. I little bit fixed it. The rest of them probably will be fell out this fall or winter. The kitchen, we have old kitchen with a cracked tile on the countertop, with the gaps between the tiles, with the cracked tiles, with the broken doors, like wood doors. The kitchen should be replaced. I didn't get the estimate yet, but it's small kitchen with a lot of issues. The floors on the master bedroom, the previous owner put the vinyl laminate, but looks like they didn't connect properly the subfloor and didn't remove the hardwood, so it's still whistling and it's very noisy when you're walking through that floor. Another 2 bedrooms, still the old hardwood with a huge gaps, and it's very noisy floor. What else? We have some estimate for the roof replacement, because the surface top surface layer on some of the places already damaged. I don't know the year of this roof, but it looks like more than 15 years old. Garage, I already talked about garage. The door should be replaced because it's right now not connected at all to the frame. It's the garage located lower than the land on the backyard, so all the time water coming to garage. And also backyard landscape has a tile, but it's not leveling and have a counter slope to the house. So all the water every time make a slope to the house. And yes, as I told you before, we found that our house has a leakage on the basement, and company who did the estimate for us found the crack. We're still waiting for estimate, but they told they need to dig the soil outside and seal it somehow. But yeah, we're still waiting for estimate.
Okay, thank you for your presentation. Does that conclude your presentation?
Yeah.
Thank you. Mr. Omachinsky, do you have questions?
I have no questions. Thank you.
Okay, and Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions?
So what assessment are you figure is fair?
We bought the house for $325, and it was a lot of viewers because I saw a lot of realtor cards, but just was 2 offers and without any wars. I bought it for it was offered for $325. I bought it for $325. Now I know why, because it was sold as is, and it has a lot of still need a lot of improvement and repair.
So if I understand, you're asking for an assessment of 325?
I really understand that it was last year and we have some inflation, and everywhere houses became expensive, but I'm not familiar with the market right now.
Okay, so are you asking for an assessment of 3.25, or am I misunderstanding something?
let's say 325, but it will be your decision.
Okay, that's all I had. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Anderson, do you have any questions?
I have no questions. Thank you. Thank you for the pictures. Those are always helpful.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, for sure.
Thank you. I have no questions as well. So as Ms. Anderson said, the pictures are very helpful. Appreciate that. Thank you for attending and for your presentation. You will receive the board's order with our decision in the near future. Thank you. So
Thank you so much.
This concludes this item on our agenda, and so we'll now move on to item number 11. Thank you.
Madam Chair, we have nobody in.
We have no one in attendance for item 11, so we'll move it to the end of our agenda as well. Item number 12.
Madam Chair, we have an applicant joining us via Zoom, Mr. Wittick. Okay. Well, Mr. Wittick, are you able to unmute your camera and speaker, please?
Oh,
Done.
Thank you. We can see you, Mr. Wittick. Can you see and hear us okay?
Yes, I can.
Good, welcome. So this item on our agenda is 933 Moncton Avenue. Can you please begin the applicant, Mr. Wittick?
Mr. Wittick, can you please state your full name?
John Matthew Whittick.
Do you affirm that the evidence you're about to give at this hearing is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Thank you.
Okay, and are there any preliminary issues with regards to this agenda item this morning?
There are no preliminary issues, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. And the point of appeal is the amount of assessed value. So I would ask you, Mr. Olachinski, to read the property into the record and proceed with your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. The roll number is 0205-194-0000. The address is 933 Moncton Ave. The neighborhood area is Monroe East. It's a one-story building type. The effective year built and the year built is 1959. The living area is 1,304 square feet. It is a slab type basement. There is one full bathroom. There is central air conditioning and a multiple attached garage. The assessed lot size is 4,777 square feet, with the 2027 assessment roll valuing the property at $295,000, with a total assessment per square feet at $226.23. Moving on to the comparables, all the comparables are in the Monroe East neighborhood area. They're all one-story building type. The effective year built ranges from 1958 to 1960, which is the same for the effective year built. The living area ranges from 975 square feet to 1,333 square feet. Comparables 1 and 2 have the slab basement type, with comparables 3 and 4 having a full basement type that is finished. All comparables have one full bathroom. Comparables 3 and 4 have a half bathroom and a shower. Comparable 2 does not have central air, but comparables 1, 3, and 4 do. And comparables 1 and 3 have a multiple detached garage, with comparables 2 and 4 having a single detached garage. The assessed lot size ranges from 3,961 square feet to 5,289 square feet. The time adjusted sale price for the comparables range from $282,200 to $337,300, with the time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $226.86 to $332.97. I would ask that the board maintain the value of 295,000, and I would point to comparable one as being my strongest comparable, as it is similar in size and shares the slab basement type with the subject property. On the second page of the brief is just the comparables map, and that would be my presentation. I'm open for questions.
Thank you very much. Mr. Whittick, do you have questions for Mr. Omachinsky on the presentation that he's provided?
I just noticed on some of the comparables, they're around 240, 250,000 below the assessed value of a 295. So that's what I based my assumption on.
Sorry, I'm not quite sure I understand the question.
That the comparables that I submitted were significantly lower than the assessed value of this property.
At
Oh,
this
okay, for your comparables?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay.
Can Mr. Whittick at this time is to ask questions of the assessor's presentation.
And does the structural damage have any impact? Because there's many areas on the stucco and the slab of the building which require work.
That would affect the market price of the market value of a property if there is disrepair to the exterior.
Do you have any?
Right.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Whittick. Ms. Anderson, do you have any questions for Mr. Omachinsky?
I just have one, which may end up being two. So comp number one is your strongest ally there, your strongest comp. A little bit smaller, etc. But do you have any knowledge about the condition of comp one as opposed to subject property?
To my knowledge, just based on the information here, that it would be likely in better condition as far as I know that the homeowner spoke on the exterior of his property, there being some damages, but I'm unsure of, I was unable to get MLS photos to review the true condition, so it's just the information I have on the sale itself, just on paper.
Okay, understood. Actually, and that's the end of my questions. Thank you. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for the assessor?
No questions, thanks.
Okay, and my only question is, was this property inspected or is this all model generated assessment value?
This is a model generated assessment.
Okay, so there's no record that there was a visit to the home, an inspection?
No, there hasn't been for,
Okay.
yeah, that I can tell.
Okay, thank you. That's my only question. Mr. Whittick, we'll now move to your presentation if you wish to walk us through that.
Yeah, just with the comparables I have, that's just I was also trying to get an assessment for a mortgage renewal. I believe 2025 it was assessed at 240,000, but I could not find the information. So
Okay. So did you want to speak to your comparables or tell us anything else further about the condition of your home? You got pictures?
yeah, well the slab and that has been needing work for quite some time on the and same with the side of the garage facing the back lane, that's been deteriorating because the snow all piles up in the winter when the back lane is cleared, and then it just sits on the side of the garage and just has an impact on the structural soundness of it.
Does that conclude your presentation, Mr. Wittick?
Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Omachinsky, do you have questions for Mr. Wittick?
No, one quick question. Do you have the dates of the comparables that you provided in the evidence? Like just sorry, the sale dates for them. I was trying to see if I could see them myself, but I'm just missing it or I'm not sure.
I think they're in the MLS number. Are they? At least that's what I saw on the.
Oh, so like the 2025 22725?
Yeah, yeah, that's what.
Okay.
I know I was looking at that too, and and it took me some time to figure it out.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right, thank you. Yeah, that is all my questions.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr. Arnell, do you have questions for Mr. Wittick?
Just confirmation. So you're saying these comparables were sold in 2025, but we don't have a month or anything, right?
They're in the MLS number, as Mr. Wachowski pointed out.
So what does 2025, 22725 mean?
2025 is the year, and
Okay.
well, then there's the month and day for the sale dates of each.
Okay, that's all the questions I had.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Arnell. Ms. Anderson, do you have any questions?
A comment and a question. The MLS numbers start at the beginning of the year. They have the year 2025, and then it starts out at 0001. That's the first of the year. And so when the number is big at the end, like after the 2025, that indicates that it's later in the year, but it's not an exact date, like it's not exact month and date. That doesn't correlate. This view of the MLS doesn't share the sale dates or the possession dates or anything, just the days on the market is at the end. So that was my comment. My question is, sir, can you talk a little bit about the damage that, I mean, you shared a little bit about it, that the slab needs repair, that the stucco needs repair on the outside. Can you share a little bit more details about, has there been any renovation inside the house? That sort of thing?
Yes, there has. There's been some work done to the kitchen, except the cabinets.
Mhm.
And what are you in the last 5 years of renovations or?
Okay, and then what do you feel is a fair assessment value? What are you seeking today?
Possibly in the range of about 260 to 270.
Okay. Thank you very much, sir. That's all my questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you. And I have no questions. The questions that I had were asked and answered. So I want to thank you, Mr. Wittick, for attending today and for presentation and pictures. Those are very helpful. And you will be hearing from the board in the near future with our decision via board order by registered mail. Thank you. So this concludes this matter on our agenda, and we'll now move forward to the next item. Thank you. So the next item on our agenda is 502 Hawfield Drive.
Madam Chair, there was no one in attendance for this property.
Okay, so there's no one in attendance for this property. Okay, and we have 3 other properties that we moved to the end of the agenda because there's no one in attendance for them. And there's
Correct.
still, no one has come forward, so we'll go in camera to consider whether to review these matters to hear that. Thank you. Let's take us offline.
Madam Chair, we're now live.
Okay. Okay, I'd like to call this hearing back to order, and we will now be hearing 187 Sheridan Avenue. And it's number 2 on our agenda that we had moved to the end of the agenda. So if you can begin by reading that into the record, Mr. Omachinsky, and moving through your presentation. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. The roll number is 0400007530. The address is 187 Sheraton Ave. The neighborhood area is Kildonan Drive. It is a one-story building type. The year built is 1967, with the effective year built being 1977. Living area comes in at 1,148 square feet. It is a full basement type that is finished. There is 1 full bathroom, 2 half bathrooms, and 1 shower. There is central air, a fireplace, a single attached garage, and a sunroom. The assessed lot size is 6,820 square feet. The 2027 assessment roll values the property at 517,000, with the total assessment per square foot being $450.35. Moving on to the comparables. All the comparables are in Kildonan Drive, the neighborhood area. They're all a one-story building. The year built ranges from 1958 to 1961. The effective year built ranges from 1968 to 1981. The living area ranges from 1,043 square feet to 1,171 square feet. Comparables 1 to 3 have a full basement, with comparable 4 being a full/part area. They are all finished. All comparables have 1 full bathroom. All comparables have 1 half bathroom, with the exception of comparable 3, which has 2, and all comparables have a shower on record. There is central air in all the comparables. Comparables 1 and 3 have 1 fireplace, and then comparables 3 and 4 have a single attached garage, with comparables 1 and 2 having a multiple detached garage, and comparable 3 has a sunroom. The assessed lot size ranges from 4,999 square feet to 6,712 square feet, with the time adjusted sale price ranging from $499,100 to $540,100, and the time adjusted sale price per square foot ranging from $426.22 to $493.77. And on the second page of the brief is the comparable map, and that would be my presentation. I'm open for questions.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Anderson, do you have questions for Mr. Omachinsky?
No questions, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Arnell, any questions?
I'm good, thanks. I'm good, thanks.
And I have no questions. Thank you for your presentation. This concludes the hearing for this matter, so we'll now move on to the next matter on our agenda, which is item number 8, 92 Rowandale Crescent, and there's no one present for this item. Okay, no one in attendance, so I'd ask that you proceed, Mr. Omachinsky, to read this into the record and give us your presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. The roll number is 0203-127-6000. The address is 92 Rowandale Crescent. It is in the Kildonan Drive neighborhood area. It is a one-story building. The year built is 1959. The effective year built is 1958, with the effective year built being 1968. There is 1,434 square feet for the living area. It is a full basement that is unfinished. There is 1 full bathroom, central air, a fireplace, and a multiple detached garage. The assessed lot size is 6,594 square feet, and the 2027 assessment roll values the property at $448,000, with the total assessment per square foot being $312.41. Moving on to the comparables, they are all in the Kildonan Drive neighborhood area. They are all one story. The year built ranges from 1955 to 1963. The effective year built ranges from 1955 to 1968. The living area ranges from 1,125 square feet to 1,482 square feet. They all, comparables 1 to 3 have a full basement type, with comparable 4 being a full/part area. They are all on record as having finished basements. The full bathrooms range from 1 to 2, same with the half bathrooms, and all comparables have a shower on record. There is central air in all the comparables, and for fireplaces, it ranges from 0 to 2. Comparables 3 and 4 have a single attached garage, and comparables 1 and 2 have a multiple detached garage, with comparable 3 also having a sunroom. The assessed lot size ranges from 5,427 square feet to 6,712 square feet, and the time adjusted sale price ranges from $473,600 to $502,800, with the time adjusted sale price per square foot being $337.80 to $437.33. And the second page of the brief is the comparable map, and I would ask the board to maintain the value of $448,000. And that will be my presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Omachinsky. Ms. Anderson, do you have any questions for Mr. Omachinsky?
I have no questions, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions?
No, I'm good, thanks.
And I have no questions. Thank you very much for your presentation. So we'll now move on to item 11 on our agenda, which is 628 Hoskin Avenue. Mr. Assessor, can you please read the, there is no one present.
There is nobody in attendance. No.
There's nobody in attendance. So, Mr. Assessor, can you please read in the property into the record and proceed with your presentation? Thanks so much.
Sure. The roll number is 0205040000. The street address is 621 Hoskin Ave. It is in the
street address is 62. Can you repeat
Oh,
that
628 Hoskin Ave. My apologies. The neighborhood area is Monroe East. The building type is a one-story building. The effective year built and the year built is 1956. The living area is 1,075 square feet. It is a full basement type that is finished. There is 1 full bathroom, 1 half bathroom, and 1 shower. No central air on record, and a single detached garage. The assessed lot size is 5,000 square feet, and the total 2027 assessment roll values the property at $341,000, with the total assessment per square foot being $317.21. Moving on to the comparables, they are all in the Monroe East neighborhood area. They're all one story. The year built ranges from 1955 to 1959. This is the same for the effective year built. The living area ranges from 948 square feet to 1,059 square feet. They are all full basements that are finished, and the bathroom breakdown is all comparables have 1 full bathroom. Comparables 2 to 4 have 1 half bathroom, with comparable 1 having 2, and comparables 1, 3, and 4 have a shower. There is central air in all of the comparables, and comparables 1 to 3 have a single detached garage, with comparable 4 having a multiple detached garage. The assessed lot size ranges from 4,480 square feet to 4,996 square feet. The time adjusted sale price ranges from $341,000 to $357,900, with the time adjusted sale price per square foot being $333.24 to $365.26. The second page of the brief has the comparable map, and I would request the board to maintain the value of $341,000 for the 2027 assessment.
Thank you for your presentation. Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for Mr. Omachinsky?
No questions, thanks.
Thank you. Ms. Anderson, do you have any questions?
I have no questions, thank you.
And I have no questions. Thank you for your presentation. So this concludes the hearing for this matter, and now we'll move forward to our final matter on the agenda. Number 13, 502 Hawfield Drive. And Is there no one's in attendance for this? Okay, no one's in attendance. So I would ask you, Mr. Omachinsky, to read the property into the record and move forward with your presentation. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The roll number is 04001673-500. The address is 502 Pawfield Drive. Neighborhood area is Rossmere A. The building type is a 4-level split. The year built and effective year built is 1975. The living area is 2,076 square feet. It is a full basement type that is finished, and there is 3 half bathrooms and 3 showers on record. There is central air, a fireplace, and a single attached garage. The assessed lot size is 5,607 square feet. And the 2027 assessment roll values the property at $518,000, with the total assessment per square foot being $249.52. Moving on to the comparables. Comparables 1 and 2 are in the neighborhood area Valley Gardens, with comparables 3 and 4 being in Rossmere A. Comparables 1 to 3 are a full 4-level split building type, with comparable 4 being a 2/1 story. The year built ranges from 1962 to 1983, and the effective year built being ranging from 1962 to 1984. The living area ranges from 1,505 square feet to 2,052 square feet. All comparables have a full basement type that is finished, and all comparables have 1 full bathroom. Comparables 1, 3, and 4 have a 1 half bathroom, with comparable 2 having 2, and comparable 1, 3, and 4 also have a shower. There is central air in all the comparables, and comparables 1 to 3 have 1 fireplace, with comparable 4 having 2, and comparable 2 has a multiple attached garage, with comparable 4 having a built-in attached garage. And comparables 2 and 3 have a multiple detached garage, with comparables 2 also having an in-ground pool on record. The assessed lot size ranges from 5,496 square feet to 7,594 square feet, and the time-adjusted sale price ranges from $480,900 to $544,300, with the time-adjusted sale price per square foot being $250.19 to $322.26 per square foot. The second page has the comparable map, and I would request that the board maintain the value of $518,000, and that would be my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Omachinsky. Ms. Anderson, do you have any questions for Mr. Omachinsky?
I have no questions, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Arnell, do you have any questions for Mr. Omachinsky?
No questions, thanks.
Thank you. And I have no questions for you. Thank you for your presentation. So that concludes the hearing on this matter, and we have heard all the items scheduled, and this hearing is now adjourned. Thank you. Okay, go offline.